It all started that day with that show.
And then you look out across these walls and you see what must have been an incredible sight.
Everything was changed, for it was the day that when he decided to dive deeper into the complex history of the Eastern Roman Empire. Keeping the peaks of his obsession under consideration, it wouldn't be wrong to say that he was obsessed with the Queen of Cities. There really was something virtually attractive about Nova Roma. Everything started being more and more about the Eastern Roman Empire rather than dinosaurs. His playlist wasn't an exception. His hobbies were not spared either, rising the peak to the point that he started surfing about its physical presence. He did find some intricate dioramas of the Theodosian walls which were pretty impressive and turned out to give him a reason to research even more. It was a moment of absolute thrill when an iconic diorama of the Hippodrome made him bat an eye. He even found those of Hagia Sophia. He was surfing until he spotted this diorama at a museum. He held his breath, thinking that no one has ever built a diorama of the entire city. Though the fragments are eye-catching, if no one has built it, I will. And it was at that day he confronted Emperor Constantine the Great. He was determined and took an oath. He will reconstruct Constantinople. His peculiar obstacles were not less than that of the Battle of Milvian Bridge. Perhaps it will result in a victory at the end. With that, the construction of Constantinople started with the construction of the Theodosian walls. The construction was gradual. Towers were raised, tower after tower. Walls were raised, for they were something meant to protect what mere weapons couldn't. He thought people would subscribe. The walls were taking fine shape. In addition to that, a cannon was incorporated. The first platform entrusted for assembling the Queen of Cities was the relatively smaller roof of my house. The initial foundation, bathing in the gracious rain, gave an appealing view of the Queen of Cities. After a few months, walls were raised. The first layer of the Theodosian walls was completed. However, the city was giving congested vibes. Then the platform would be changed. Many challenges arose near the bank of the Lycus River. Gate after gate was erected. The Theodosian walls now gave a thunderous and formidable look. And as Emperor Constantine was shadowing over me, the progress escalated. Here you can see the structure which will be known as Hagia Sophia. The final platform housing our temporary Theodosian walls is on the screen. The walls stretch as far as you can see. It is to be noted that Blashini walls are not included in this stretch. The stretch to be caught inside is the one housing the Marble Tower and Golden Gate, also known to us as the Porta Aurea. This right here is the most fortified gate of Constantinople, the Porta Aurea, Zarolofus Gate. Now here is the point where the marble tower was supposed to be attached. However, due to the lack of adequate room for it, it's placed just in front. This is the marble tower scheme where land walls meet with the seaward walls of the Marmara Sea, also known to us as the Propontis. Here you can see the image from the website of the Byzantine Legacy. Soon enough, when this project will be housed in a spacious indoor place, the separated fragments will be put back to their original positions because my complete diorama is gonna be like Lego. This sector will also be the place where our first military gate will be present. The stretched out single layer wall will incorporate that defense. To understand this sector in a better way, you can see the land walls of Constantinople part 1 by the History of Byzantium podcast from 4 minutes 50 seconds to 10 minutes. Here is a clip from his video showing the first military gate.
You'll also see a small gate. This is sometimes called the first military gate because the purpose of it was to allow troops access to the rest of the fortifications, as opposed to allowing civilians into the city.
Then if we walk across the land walls from the Marmara Sea to the Golden Horn, Halik, we will come across our Belgrade Kapi, also known to us as the Belgrade Gate or the Zylokerkos Gate. Here, as you can note that these two walls have irregular ends in front of the Belgrade Gate. Here is an original image, and as you can see, most of its section is totally preserved, as it is one of those sections of the walls that were never attacked. In case of this particular gate, the reason is that it was a heavily fortified gate flanked by two towers on both sides. And one of the things to be noted on the hippocampus of your mind is that it is also called the second military gate. Walking further across the walls, we come across the Porta Pegi, known as the Silivri Kapı in Turkish and commonly known as the Silimbria Gate. It was from this gate from where the Nicaeans took the city back in year 1261 from the Latin occupation. And as you can see, it also has an inscription. This gate will be renewed soon. Walking further, we come across the third military gate, probably the Kalagros Gate, which is near from the Pegi Gate. It is a military gate which will soon be built at the place where the bricks are situated. And walking further along, as you can see, the section is missing from here as the work is still under progress. But if we continue from the first layer of the Theodosian wall, we will now come across what is known as the postern of the Rhegium Gate or the Rhesios Gate, Yeni Melvihani Kapi in Turkish. As you can see, it matches pretty much the one which has been shown in this image. Making our way upward, we come across the fourth military gate which falls between the Rhegium Gate and the St. Romanus Gate. One thing to be noticed is that this gate is close to the seventh hill of Constantinople. Then we come across this section of wall joining the fourth military gate to the St. Romanus Gate. Now this right here is not the St. Romanus Gate but the postern of St. Romanus Gate. As you can notice that the gate we refer to as the St. Romanus Gate is a fortification on the great inner wall rather than the outer wall. This gate is also referred to as the Topkapi Gate, and we all know the reason. Then we come across this freaky region of Philopatian where we have this Mesotycon and the Lycus Valley Wall. As you can see in this image, the Lycus River is entering Constantinople. Now, as we move along the length of this wall, we will come across our last gate of the Theodosian walls. There were a total of 10 gates which were military and civilian gates. Now, this is our last gate, the Carysius Gate. The elevation of walls is quite high here. And it was this gate that from where Mehmed II entered Constantinople on 29th May 1453. As you can see, the Theodosian walls are ending at this point, and it is also the point where the Blesheni walls were supposed to be attached, but because of the same problem that we faced with the marble tower, we have put Blesheni walls in front of the Carysius Gate. When we will have an adequate room to house them, we will put them together. For now, they are placed right here, and these walls are also called the Komnenian walls because they were built by Emperor Manuel Komnenos I in the 12th century. And as you can see, our stretch is quite long in contrast with the Theodosian walls, and as we move from the point where we will attach this wall to the Theodosian walls, first we come across that spot where the moat connects to the Blesheni walls, like the moat which is protecting the Theodosian walls comes and joins the Blesheni walls here. Then we come across our Regia Gate, and moving forward we will also see some towers which are marked here on this wall. Then we come across our Kaligaria Gate. Then we come across our gate which is referred to as the Gyro-Lyman Gate in the map, and after that we will come across the prison, Animus Prison. Moving forward, we come across our double-layered Blesheni walls. Now here are our Blesheny walls, enclosing the complex facade of the Blesheny palace. This is my so-called Gemini, though I have memorized most of the names by heart. Now I will show you the stretch of my Theodosian walls from one end to another one. As you can see, it goes as far as the end of my roof. This right here is the rough base of what will become Hagia Sophia, but it will be completed in the eventful reign of Emperor Justinian the Great. As you can see right now, I have a lot on my plate which I owe to Emperor Constantine the Great, and so let's start completing our remaining sectors of the second layer of the Theodosian wall. Here I wanted to show you what remains of our initial foundations. As you can see, just the remains of our very queen of cities is remaining now. As you can see, the prominent structures left are like the Hagia Sophia, the Forum of Constantine, then followed by the Forum of Theodosius and the Forum of Ox. Cutting has always been a reason of agony for me, rightly so, but I don't like singing tales of my woe. By the way, some people were concerned that if I will add all the inscriptions and structures like the monastery of St. John the Baptist, the Hippodrome, or the harbor of Theodosius and other 5 harbors, or I think there are like 5 harbors in it, and other structures which are like prominent ones like Hagia Irene, the Hippodrome of Constantinople, Church of Holy Apostles, and the cisterns and the Tower of Galata, as well as the Castle of Galata, the Galata Kulesi. I will add every single part, and currently I am researching more and more about it on the websites of like the Byzantine Legacy and Byzantium 1200. And here is a list of structures that I will definitely build, which has been collected from the website of the Byzantium 1200. Eventually, the base of our Theodosian walls has been completed, stretching over 56.4 meters if we add the Blesheny walls. Now, I would end this video right here, and now I know that there is nothing which can prevent you from striking that red button. You can see more cool stuff on my Instagram page as well as my TikTok page.